What was going through your mind, saving fuel, trying to hold off your teammate, the 7-time winner here, Denny Hamlin? And what pressure was that behind the wheel?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was kind of weird. Like I wasn't driving hard, so it's not like I was on the ragged edge, but it was just so hard to, have a guy chasing you, right? Especially the guy that's probably the greatest of all time here, and to be trying to save fuel and everything else. So, yeah, just thank you to all you race fans. It's sold out every single time we come here, and it's unbelievable racing in front of a sold-out crowd. So, yeah, just an amazing day for our race team. That's really the first race we've kind of executed, truthfully, all year long. So, yeah, just to get Johnny Morris, Bass Pro Shops in victory lane, to get Toyota in victory lane, Joe Gibbs Racing, they took a big chance on me, right? Like I wasn't everybody's first choice, I think. But, yeah, for me to be able to get here and now finally deliver a win is just an awesome feeling.
Was that maybe the single most disciplined stint you've ever driven in your career?
Yeah, anybody that's worked with me knows I'm normally overdriving and missing my marks all the time. So, yeah, for sure. It's crazy when you slow down. My dad tells me all the time, if you slow down, you probably go faster. And it was true there. So, yeah, just amazing day. I want to say hey to Marissa, Brooks, Cooper, Collins. Wish they were here to celebrate this. But, yeah, just an amazing day. And once again, thank you to all you race fans.
How personally gratifying is it to add your name to the list of drivers who have won a Cup Series race for Joe Gibbs Racing?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I literally grew up racing my sprint car video game in a Joe Gibbs Racing Home Depot uniform. So, yeah, to be able to get coach in victory lane after, like I said, them taking a chance on me is just it's so rewarding, truthfully, and just such a big weight off my shoulders. I've been telling my wife the last 2 weeks, like, I have to win, and finally to come here and do it, it's just been a great day.
As a sold-out crowd celebrates with you, you got about 20 crew guys ready to celebrate as well.
Cup Series win of the season. We've got to find another day for that to happen now with 9 races
Not
left
today,
in the regular season. 9 races left. You finished 9th today, Brad. How heartbreaking was that caution there with 36
Yeah,
to
we
go?
had a great car today. Our Build Submarines Ford Mustang was really good. We got the lead there in the first stage and felt like we were in control, and lost control of the race early with the pit road penalty. And I thought we recovered really, really well from that. Got up to, 3rd or 4th there. And we had kind of this strategy to run longer than the lead pack there, and the yellow came out in the middle of the cycle and cycled us back to the end there with, I guess, 30 to go, and came from 24th on that last run to 9th. I thought that was strong, but not enough.
And we were watching, and I think you were about 8 seconds back from the lead. So for us watching, that was the way you were going to go win the race, is to stay out longer. Is that a call that, in your mind, or did you basically make that call to keep staying out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a big believer you can't win by doing the same thing everybody else does. You got to be better than them, and you can't be better if you're the same. So, we were in a little bit of a hole there. We were trying to dig out of it, and we were well positioned. I don't know what that last yellow was for, but I wanted to strangle whoever it was. But, it is what it is, and you catch the bad breaks, you got to make it.
SVG, Brad, SVG.
He's a little bigger than me. So.
He would. No, you don't want to choke that fella.
And, it just one of them deals.
Man, that was a Michigan blue-collar day out of you. You had to pass 100 cars today.
It felt like it.
24th to 9th, Brad.
Yeah, that was it. The last run was awesome.
Brad, at what point, like when you're on pit road and you look in your mirror and you don't see anybody behind you, does it hit you like, oh no?
I just thought we made a really bad call.
It was really bad.
And I was right, but not for the reason I thought I was. Yeah. And what was really confusing is the next lap when everybody else pitted, I was like, why would they do that?
Yeah.
There are a couple of really interesting things from today. For whatever reason, and this is my fault. Let me just be clear with this. We held pit road every pit cycle for 3 laps. Now normally they hold pit road for 1 lap, and so when you get to lap 2, it's just automatic pit. And so when we were going down the short chute, the team said pit this time, and I had no reason to challenge them. And ultimately, I hold the steering wheel, and I'm the one that's got to check. I got to be the check for that. And I didn't check the crew chief and the spotter, and that's my fault.
But what you did do, and Carl mentioned it earlier, is you grabbed the ball, said that was my mistake, let me go get it back.
Yeah.
And you did rally, you put the team on your back, and you rallied the rest of the day. Wrong time caution took you out of contention to win, but that was really a mature effort.
Yeah, if I got to give credit to my crew chief, Jeremy Bullins. He asked me to pit the lap before, and I was in a clean air spot, and I wanted to keep running, taking advantage of my tires. If I would have pitted, the yellow came out while we were on pit road, we probably would have cycled inside the top 10 with new tires. Might have had a shot to win the race. So I feel bad about not taking advantage of that.
No, I like you going for it. I think it's cool. I think it could have worked out your way. You could be victory lane. So I think if you keep doing that, well, let's talk about that. What is your next opportunity for you that you're really looking forward to victory lane?
Next week.
All right.
I mean, other than Atlanta, Shoot, I don't have a schedule in front of me. Sonoma's probably not one of my better tracks, but Indy's a good track for us. I'm really looking forward to that. We're testing Tuesday and Wednesday at Gateway. Cool. I think Gateway carries over to Iowa. And we just need that much to win. Our pit crew's doing a great job on pit road. They're fast and they're not making mistakes. We hope we can keep that up. If we just find that little bit more to get to, that'll take us to victory lane.
That's all it takes with these cars, right? You're looking for thousandths of an inch for a little bit of speed.
Tiny bits. And we're close right now, Corey.
I know, especially with the speed that yourself been showing. Busher has been on a rail. Ryan Preece having a career year as well.
Yes.
What is it about the processes you guys are tweaking within RFK to get that speed?
Well, I think when we added a third car, and this is, I'm taking off my driver cap, put on my owner cap, it really allowed us to kind of add resources that we needed to add, particularly on the people side. We brought in Doug Randolph, who helped us with our partner teams and our pit crews, and really allowed Josh Sell, who runs our competition group, to focus on the go fast, if you know what I mean. And I feel like that's really paid off for us. And we brought in a lot of talent elsewise, too, with car chiefs and engineers. So it's been a huge addition to us. I think a lot of people thought when we added a third team that it would pull us down. I would argue it's made us better. And I'm really happy to see that for Ryan.
It is interesting, Brad, being a driver and an owner. How do you compartmentalize your time? Have you found some sort of routine where you watch film and you're a driver and then you're also a managerial role? How do you separate those
Daniel,
two?
you just try to use every minute, every hour and make it count. And some days better than others. I don't always get to rewatch the races like I'd like to. I do get to rewatch Amazon. That's way easier for me to find at home. I love that you guys have a post-race show, because when I want to know what happened in the race, I can watch the Amazon post-race show. I don't have to rewatch the whole race. So
there
thank you for that, and the Amazon team. I don't know.
What do you guys think of the post-race?
I think they like it
Thanks for
too.
being a part of my time management, Danielle. But no, it's a big load, but I love it. I love 3 cars in the top 10. We are fighting so hard at RFK to get from this tier 2 status, the team that can make the playoffs on the fringe, to the team that can make the playoffs easily and compete for championships. We want to go from tier 2 to tier 1, and we're flirting with that. And it's an all-hands-on-deck effort, and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm just really focused on getting us there.
And you talked to me on a phone call about kind of your 30-year plan, what you're building here. And your leadership today, I think, is something that young drivers can look up to. You've got 2 young drivers that you're working with. Talk to us about them, how you're helping them develop, maybe how they're helping you stay fast.
Yeah, first off, there's no secrets amongst us 3, which I know, at least not from my end, but I think from their end too. And we're all trying to make each other better. So I'm really proud of those guys. They've got great work ethic. They're doing all the things you should do, Carl, to be elite race car drivers, to help their team. And it's really refreshing to see.
Brad, you're one hell of a speedway racer. We got the ATL coming up 1 week from now. This guy's going to be in the race, so watch out for the 01.
Maybe a little shake and bake.
Yes, I like it. We have not ran good at Atlanta from an RFK standpoint. The last year, we're bringing a completely different car, completely different package. I am super optimistic.
Well, good. I hope so, because I'm going to be driving an affiliate car.
I was going to say, Rick, we're racing RFK.
We should have the same stuff. Yeah.
They're essentially teammates next week. We can't wait to see what you guys do. Brad, thank you so much.
Thanks. Appreciate you having me on. Thanks for the show. Everybody at Amazon, I hate this is your last race of the year. You guys have blown the cover off the ball. I really believe that. At the start of the year, I had some fans say, what's the deal with Amazon? I said, just wait. This is going to be awesome. And you guys have not disappointed. Thank you very much.
He comes home in the 3rd position. What a fight by you. Let's start with the cool suit failing during stage 1. A lot hotter today than we expected. How tough was that to get through all the laps?
It was hot. I flipped it on probably lap 15. I was like, oh, it's going to be a long day. It was warm, but was able to just to keep going. So really proud of the whole 12 guys from starting in the back and making good ground, and then me speeding, set us back again, and then having to come back up there. So Jonathan and the whole 12 team did a good job of kind of figuring out what to do from the start of the race and after my mistake. And just kind of stuck really there at the end. All 3 of us just kind of running the same pace, but overall I appreciate Wabash for what they do. Ford Mustang, Ford Performance, Menards, Body Armor, the Worth Group, Denton Wizard, Dex Imaging, Advanced Auto Parts, really good day for us.
Twice through the field, you made it. Do you feel like you guys made the most of your day?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I would like to have won, but I think after having to start in the back and then the mistake I made, I feel like we were covered really well and our car was fast enough to do it. So, yeah, overall, I feel like we definitely made the most of our day. Just a little bit extra would have been 1 or 2 spots better. But overall, really, really proud of the effort by the whole 12 team.
Good person.
Here with Chris Buescher, who said he was almost really happy there at the end of the race. What did you need to have a big smile on your face by the end?
Yeah, I mean, this next sophomore Mustang was really good, and everybody's put so much work into it to get us to this point where we're unloading cars that are they're just a pleasure to drive. So, you know, to be in the hunt was fun. Last restart, we started on the bottom, and I think I just got too low trying to defend and got the marbles and slid up into the middle there and lost some time. Was running them back down there, but with as hard as it was to pass today, I don't know that would have been plausible to get around everybody, but certainly had really solid speed. Just, I don't know, more laps. Needed that last caution to fall a little differently. A handful of things, but you know, overall a really solid day and fun to have fast race cars like this.
A lot of times here, Chris, we see the option. You either get stage points or you can worry about the finish, but you were able to do both today. You were able to make advantage of that first stage and then come back here with a good finish. Where does this put you guys now in the mentality of chasing these playoffs? Are you chasing the playoffs yet?
We're chasing wins. I'm still in that mindset of we go to the racetrack and do what we did today. We're chasing a win, right? How do we set ourselves up to have track position at the end to fight for a checkered flag and a trophy? And, you know, today, a place like this with the speed we had, that brought points with it. So it's kind of my motto. I try to go by that is fast race cars bring points with them. And I think if we stick with this over the next handful of weeks, that part will come with it. But, again, I think we figured for the last couple months it's going to be a must-win situation. I feel like these playoffs constantly do that, and you get to the end and you have 1 or 2 that slip in on points, but you got to win races.
I'm in the 5th position. You guys have been the picture of consistency this year, but surprisingly, first back-to-back top 5 finishes of the season. As you think about that, is that a surprise to you?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't. I think we've been capable of doing that, you know, in other weeks. So, yeah, I'm not surprised by it, you know, truthfully. But at the same time, it's not what we're here to do either. So just got to be a little better. I was really proud of the effort from where we were yesterday. We missed pretty bad yesterday. So, yeah, to get to get our Napa Chevy back, just in contention, I thought was and really gave ourselves a shot. I feel like 3 was my weak point. I just never could get comfortable over there, and especially late in the run, just made too many mistakes. So, it was a solid day. Not what we're after, but on to Atlanta.
I know you're looking for that win, and teams always say, you know, once we start hitting top 5s consistently, that's where we need to be to do a win. Does it feel like you're on the precipice of getting back to victory lane?
I think so. I mean, you know, when I look at today, I feel like we were just right there. You know, right one little adjustment away from being right with Ryan and Denny. I felt like so. I feel like it's all well within reach. We just got to, you know, piece it all together, at the same time. But, you know, like I said, it was hard to be mad about top 5s. It's not what we're after, but certainly looking for more.
Denny Hamlin, who brings it home in 2nd place today. Denny, at the end, it looked like you'd lose the front end every time you got close. Were you just hoping to push the pace to run them out of fuel, or what was your thought?
Yeah, it's kind of the best kind of option. It was definitely going to be really difficult. It was just the key moment when the 19 and like 3 or 4 others pitted, and then that caution came out, and it leaped them in front of us. At that point, we knew it was going to be really hard to pass those guys back on the racetrack. So, just team did a great job. Next best in line there of our strategy. Just, didn't work out. But I do want to say our condolences are to the FedEx family and the Smith family for the loss of Fred Smith. He was such an integral part of Joe Gibbs Racing's inception of this 11 car, my career. So thank you to the FedEx family and Fred Smith's family, and we're thinking of them.
Denny, this last 5 races or so, starting at Charlotte, you guys have been in contention to win all these races, fuel mileage or strategy, whatever it comes to. Where do you put this team right now at this point in the season?
Yeah, we're really strong. Not showing up with any weaknesses right now. I'm really proud of the effort that we put forth, and yeah, just love to get more wins, but still, it was a good overall solid day for us, and now we move on to the next series of races.